Hey y'all, happy Friday. Happy preparation for your Sabbath. It's the weekend, baby. Anyway, you guys know on Friday, I like to give you guys something to do that's going to benefit you for your future, that's going to allow you to prosper in your long run, right? So for this weekend, it's going to be a little bit more probably hitting you a little bit, right? Because for this weekend, I want you guys to practice on releasing some of those, well, releasing the manipulative and those conniving ways, right? And what I mean is, those indirect manipulative and conniving ways. The ways that we do and we don't take knowledge to, like example, the way we go about things to get things, indirectly being manipulative and deceitful, on how we're going about it, to receive those things, right? Now, you may not even take the time to acknowledge what you're doing to receive those things, right? But sometimes we do things because it boosts us up. It make us feel good, right? Because of the feedback we getting, all the praise and rewards we getting. So it causes us to boost ourselves up and want more and more, right? So then in turn, we want that. We want that glory, we want, that family, we want everything. So in turn, we do things like indirect, in an indirect, manipulative, conniving way to get those things, unaware, of our actions, right? And trust and believe me. And then I'm gonna set an example, right? Like God, you guys know we in a rising, right? And Israel has been raised, right? And to a Messianic nation, we see that, of course, However, we got a lot of sheep and wolves clothing, right? We got a lot of false prophets. And the Father says it was going to happen in the last days anyway. So we got a lot of people, right? Yeah. Studying the Bible, right? And I just want to say thanks to all you guys because, like I said, I was charged to do what I'm doing, to get out there, and push the word out, so you guys can learn the Bible and try to walk forth in that path, right? However, under no intention of when we learn the Bible that we use the word to gain a monetary value, right? Because the Father said don't never use his name to gain a monetary value, right? It's okay, to you should use your knowledge to gain things, but don't gain it, remember, in an indirect, manipulative, conniving way, because you see that glory and that clout you're receiving, right? Now it's boosting you up because you started off trying to work for the Father, studying the Bible in spirit and truth, diligently, right? Studying, for self-approval, right? You did that, right? And now that you feel like you gained some knowledge, probably even have not studied no more than a couple of months, you got that little knowledge, now you want to put it out there, you see that bait you use, you grab it. So now you see that little power when it's coming to you, and you're like, woo, it's making me feel good, boost me up. I feel like I'm a star, right? But not thinking that in the beginning you did it so to promote the Father, to put the word out there. But now since you got a taste of everybody's feedback and giving you praise and wanting more, now you going about it in a more indirect, manipulative, conniving way to receive that glory. Now, we have to be careful on how we're receiving that glory because we can start one way and we can receive something, and it can motivate us to go a whole nother way, right? Like for instance, look, I just want to say, I do see, I see things happening in the world now. I see that a lot of us out here, we putting the word out there and it is making change, right? I see that a lot of us are being influential to many out here, right? And it's okay to follow people, right? It's okay to mimic others, but you got to be careful on how you mimic others, right? Don't try to mimic them, to try to replace them, right? Don't try to, mimic them, to learn their every way and learn what they do it and go try to do exactly what they do it for an ill, illicit way, for vainglory, right? Because in the beginning you probably was watching that person, you was following that person, yes, was leading you to do the things you do, right? But it was not in vainglory in the beginning because you were doing it for the Father, right? You studied and everything because you liked what that person was doing, so you tried to follow that person lead. So now you got a little bit of that studying, and now you feel like you know everything. You feel like you can replace that person, so you feel like now you put it out there, you got a little bit of this knowledge, you talking, I'm getting all these people, I'm getting all this feedback. But be careful, right? Not to do it for a monetary value, but do it to, to self-esteem yourself as well as others. Don't do it, to try to overcome the next person that's out there who started it, who created it, who put it out there for you guys to follow. Don't mimic them in the vainglory, right? But mimic them for the self-esteem of yourself and to self-esteem others, right? Because I just want you guys to know something about myself. Like I said, I appreciate people out there they're watching me and and trying to follow my lead and put the word out there. Please continue to do so, right? Continue to do so. But under no circumstances would you try to mimic somebody, for the Father in the beginning, and now you getting all this glory. So now you forget that the Father put you on this path, and now you start talking about stuff that don't even relate to the Father. Now you went from the Father word, ain't talking about worldly things because you was getting that glory, and because you received that glory, you fell off track. That it was for the Father, and now you trying to gain glory for the man, right? No. Don't. The Father said don't be faithful to man, but be faithful to the Father. So even if you got a person who is influential to you, who you're following and everything, don't do it in an illicit manner. Don't do it in vainglory. Once that person motivates you to get out there and do what you do it for a righteous way. Don't do it to gain clout to yourself and not for the Father. Because what I'm doing exactly right now is what I've been charged with. And that's putting the word out there, right? So you guys can understand, right? Because we know better, we do better. But it's not for nobody to feel like they're going to take the word and you guys going to look at the Bible and make money off of it. It's not supposed to be like that. And that's the problem we get now. As soon as we learn the knowledge, we want to get money off of it, right? We get so happy and so surprised. I get 25,000 subscribers. That's happening. 27. Why is it about that? If you're promoting the Father, promote the word. Stop trying to be faithful to the man, but be faithful to the Father. My goal is not to become a star overnight. It took years to build this character. It took years to become biblically fit. Trust and believe me, if you want to walk on my shoes, I'm not even going to say I'm going to be glad to give it to you because I earned where I'm at today. You understand? I earned this by going through trials and tribulations, right? The Father said we continue to go through trials and tribulations, studying to show my self-approval. I'm talking about even since a kid, right? Experiencing all this torment and persecution, experienced much hate, right? So I don't look forward to being a star overnight because remember the truth may set you free. And anytime somebody got the truth, they're never going to be publicized like that because they not in right there, not overnight. But it takes time because their goal is to get the world to follow that lead because they know it's the right way, right? And they know they're not on the majority. They know they're not on the majority because anybody in the majority not on the right side anyway, right? You see what I'm saying? So those who really out there spreading the word and spreading it truthfully, knowing that the truth will set them free, it's isolated. They're not on the majority. They're on the other end. And trust and believe me, their videos are being suppressed, everything so people can't see it. So I know that my videos are spread throughout the world. I know because social media let me see it. But because my words are so powerful, they suppressing them. They stop people from seeing them. Just trust and believe me. If they let me go freely, how I'll be just everybody be like, yes, I want to learn the Bible because yes, I'm trying to do this thoroughly in a precise manner so you guys will understand. But because that truth, they see what's going on and they see that I'm swearing to people, which is what I'm being charged to do, right? To get out there and put the word out there, follow the prophet's way so you guys can, walk in the path of the Father in the image that he created us to, right? So that's my very job. But because I'm doing that and people are following this lead, yes, they're stopping my very videos from being, they suppressing them and stopping people from seeing, but it's around the world. And the reason why I know it's around the world because in some months back, oh my goodness, so many people, was looking at just throughout the world and then it stopped. That's when I know that they isolated me because my words are too powerful. But let me try to tell you that God's will be done. I'm not worried about them stopping because even though they stopping and suppressing, so many people are still looking. So many people are still watching. So many people are still learning because that's what I've been charged to do, right? It's going to get put forward because that's God's will. So no matter what you do, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, okay? And you guys, I read that short earlier from Philippians chapter 2, verse 3. KJV version, And it says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves, right? So it's telling you, don't do it in vainglory, but do it to esteem one another, So do it so when when you following somebody, you doing it to esteem them, but not doing it to make that person feel like, wait a minute, what this person is doing? They out there trying to be like me, but they're trying to gain glory in the wrong way. It's like they started off right, and that person, like, because you be happy when you see somebody following you, right? Trust and believe me, I done been happy, like, oh, I'm so thank you, Father, that they watching these videos and they learning, and I'm glad, like, oh, this person, oh my goodness, I see they studying and they putting it out there, but then you turn around and look like, what is this person over there doing? This person trying to do what I'm doing, right? And I see they trying to talk like me and do all this type of stuff, and that's like some type of false prophet or something, right? It's like they're trying to replace me, but you cannot replace me, because remember, I'm biblically fit. It took years from a kid to prepare me to get where I'm at. I earned this. I went through trials and tribulation. I've been tormented. I'm not talking about tormented about physically, but just people just coming at you, trying to stop you from doing what you're doing, right? Persecution, I'm hated. I got people come together in teams to go against me to stop what I'm doing because this word. So if you ever gonna try to be like me, you want to walk in my shoes, make sure you prepared yourself. Make sure you educated yourself. Make sure you cry out to the Father. Make sure you study, be diligent. And I hope the Father said to you, just like he said to me, read in my ear. So I knew he was preparing me for something. And he prepared me to do exactly what I'm doing for you guys right now. He charged me to get out here and spread this word so you guys can come back to the ancient ways. But only from the words and the prophets, right? Because the Father said he's not of the world, right? And he don't have thoughts like us and everything. So if he don't have thoughts of us and we want to be close to the Father, we got to separate ourselves. So therefore, I use the prophets. And understand the reason why these things are instilled in me, because the Father said, in the beginning, the word became what? The word was God, or God was the word, but the word became flesh. Listen to that. The word became flesh. Okay? The word became flesh. The word becomes flesh. And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to crying out and reaching out, like I said, and persecuting. I earned this. I earned this reward. I earned to get out here and teach and put these lessons. Now, I've been charged to do this because the Father found me worthy. He used me as a tool, an instrument. So if you're going to mimic me, and you're going to follow me, do it in a righteous way. Not in vain glory, but do it to esteem one another, right? So I can love what you're doing. I can promote you and say, keep on doing it so we can rise as a Messianic nation, okay? All right, you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Happy preparation for your Sabbath. Love y'all. Peace.